Okay, this is my first video of the garden. It is June 26th, I believe. Give you a little tour. First of all, we have some really sorry ass strawberries. I haven't been taking care of these for the last couple of years, but I'm going to wait until next spring. I'm going to gut all these and redo them. So shame on me, huh? But these tomatoes are doing pretty good. I planted two different varieties, and they're doing really good. You see right here, I've actually got some little tomatoes already. I believe these are like big boys, but I can't remember because I threw the little tags away that came with them. So. And then I have these. These are more like a medium tomato, but they're doing pretty healthy too. Then here I've got a couple different varieties of peppers. As you can see here, we already have one little green bell pepper. I also have some right there. And these other two are some banana peppers, which they normally grow like crazy, so I only planted two of them this year. So they look really good. And here we have two different varieties of blueberries, which if you look really closely, strangely enough, they say usually blueberries don't put out any fruit for the first couple of years, but this variety of blueberry started putting out first thing. I actually planted these last fall. I got them over at Petitti's, and they were giving them away because it was the end of the season. Now this variety here, I don't particularly recall what they are. You can see my bird netting that I put over them, because last year the birds killed them. But this variety here hasn't put anything out yet. Okay, next we have some wax beans, which Mary and I really like, so I always plant some of those. And over in this bed here, I have green beans. So we'll look underneath there and see. We don't have any fruit yet, but the buds are going to be coming out pretty soon. So soon we will have some. Now over in this box, we have a variety of stuff that we like. This is celery. We have two of those. And then I've got two dill plants, which I don't know, for some reason they're just not taking very well. I don't know if it's too much moisture or too much sun or whatever, but they're not really getting that perky. And then I have tons of kohlrabi plants, which the kohlrabi nut here. I could eat that stuff day and night. But I made sure I had plenty of plants this year, so I had plenty of kohlrabis. And here, this is a little experiment. I've got a couple of just regular pickling cucumbers, and then these are supposed to be like a bush type cucumber. They're also like a pickling variety, so we'll see how those take. And then we've got potatoes, and for some reason I planted some Kennebecks, which these are Kennebecks here, and all of them didn't take. I put 9 of them in each box. You can see these are actually the Yukon Golds. Those all took like wildfire, and so did these. The one big plant actually was something that grew from last year. Just kind of took off on its own. And there's some Yukon Golds in there. And same thing here. Got some Kennebecks. But what I did was I just had some Yukon Golds left over, so hopefully they'll be up in another week or two. Now these are just a couple of rogue tomato plants that kind of grew on their own from last year. So I pulled them out of one of the beds and planted in some pots. We'll see how they do. Whatever. Just a little hobby. And this is some basil, which Mary really loves her pesto. So I was at Gale's and they had that on sale for like $1 or something, so it was worth the money. So, and then we go over here. These are more Yukon Golds, and some of them didn't take, so I had to replant them. And you can see where I replanted them. This is that's actually a little Yukon Gold that's coming up there, so that's good news. Then here we have a whole, what I'll call like a rogue horseradish root. You can, if you look down there, you can see the root real closely. Actually plucked that out of there in the spring. I thought I got all of it, but I made a little jar of horseradish out of it, but apparently there's still some in there, so more for later. So, and that right there is the rest of the horseradish, and I bet you those roots are probably you know, probably 2 inches in diameter underneath those. So we'll see. Save those for later. Got plenty of horseradish. And this little plant right here is some catnip. Pull this horseradish, and you know, every once in a while we'll come down and pluck some of this and dry it out and give it to the cats, and kind of makes them a little high. So it's kind of fun. And then here we have some chive that we rarely ever use, but it comes in handy when you need it. And then this year, hopefully I'll be successful with the radishes. I actually had some time to thin them all out, so hopefully in a couple weeks we'll have some nice radishes. And this is some oregano right here, which I have to cut some of these flowers off because they'll just go to seed. And then of course that'll give you some it's not oregano, what am I thinking? It's you know, it's the stuff that you put in you know, hot stuff. I guess cilantro, that's what it is, cilantro. So we have that. And then we have my little lettuce patch here that now that it's gotten kind of warm and humid outside, man, it's taken off like a rocket. So it's just keeping up with all the weeding on the lettuce. That's the project. And that's it for June 26th. We'll get some more video later on in the year after these things get some fruit on them, and we'll see the fruits of our labor.